Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. The streams, I think. ITMachinist is streaming. I'm Wally169, and I'm here with Alnilana, ITMachinist, and OntarioGardener. And we are playing
I'm streaming
Factorio
now.
once again. Factorio.
I'll go to the intro.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Howdy.
And hey,
Hello.
Jeff, thank you for claiming first. Hey, Jake, welcome to the chat. And we already have
It's
a
Jeff.
random dad joke request over here. Let's
Already.
see.
Too early for that.
Yeah. Let's see.
I forgot to put my legs back.
That's
Your legs are important.
sounds dangerous.
Meow, 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 meow.
I saw Lana running around like a maniac, and I was like, "How? Yeah, we have legs. That's a thing."
All right. I don't trust those trees. They seem kind of shady.
Thank you. Thank you.
What about in the fall?
Welcome.
I'm just like, why did my screen start moving?
So tonight we're going to hopefully get to launch a rocket. I think some of us are going to work on making things like solar panels and accumulators. And then making things like the satellite. I think we have most other things ready except for the rocket fuel, which we are working on putting together, or we're going to boost tonight as well. Although green circuits look a little trashed. I think it's just because we're using a lot of them. Yes, it's just because we're using a lot of them, and we need to boost our oil production. Holy crap. Okay. I think that's what I was going to work on tonight, was some of the oil stuff. Yes, exactly, Jeff. It's a perfect joke for Factorio. That's why I picked it.
I can work on solid fuel.
Okay. So, okay, you're going to work on solid fuel, rocket fuel then? Or do you want me to do the rocket fuel?
Rocket fuel. Okay. That's what I meant.
And I'm going to boost the refineries, I think, because it's, yeah, it's bad. We have 20 refineries. We have 17 crackers and 5 crackers. I think that's ratio, right? 20, 17, and 5?
3 crackers and a Latina.
Oh.
Hey, yo.
Here we go again.
I feel like we just expanded the oil.
You did, but solid fuel is going to gobble a lot. So that's the problem right now. Is we set up last time we boosted the solid fuel without boosting any of oil production. So we need to do that. So I'm going to just take this all fell swoop like this and walk this way.
Are you gonna talk this way?
And I'm going to attempt to put this down in line with the rest of it. See how that works out for me.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Does anybody know? Does anybody have a suggestion?
No?
Okay.
Hang out.
Let's see. You could. We need to we need to double the cracking again. And I think you did that before, so.
Good.
You could do that again if you'd like.
Double it or
double it.
10 more.
Double it.
Double it. Sheesh. Okay.
Yeesh indeed. That's too far. Doggone it. All right. Take all this crap out then. Wake up, bots. Then I can do this. Then I can find a nice spot to take this through. Possibly here. Not here. Well, maybe. I could do it like this then. There we go. There we go. Start bot. Thank you, Jeff.
Go gadget bot.
Oh, you know me. I always forget to start the stupid bot.
Oh, gabble.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I added a new sound effect
Okay.
too to the bot, and I didn't add it into the command. Let me quickly add it into the SFX command, and then you can try and
So
figure
what's the
out.
ratio? I'm confused as to what this seems weird. Are this what is this doing? Okay, so this is making light oil. This is using light oil to make
It's stuck.
petroleum gas.
There we go.
And this
All right,
is
it's up now. Nope, you gotta run the SFX command again because I just added the command to the listing of
Okay,
commands.
so I'm doubling this entire section, except for the fire, except for the flamethrower ammo.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you don't want to put it there, you could put it up here north of where I've put the refineries and just have a separate setup for it. That is up to you.
And then it's still fine to run the oil all the way up, right?
That's what I'm going to do, yep. Okay. Although we might eventually need another station anyway for that. We'll get that. We'll do that when we get there.
So in this type, like when you have an oil pipe that's that long, does your would technically your oil pipe act as storage? Like it's going to use the oil pipe as storage, right? Does that
Yeah.
does what I'm saying make sense?
Yes. Surprisingly.
Okay. Like having a super long oil pipe is similar to having a giant tank because
Yes.
of the volume of oil.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Cool. There you go. You found it.
Where are my things?
I'm going to put this here, I think. That one you can thank Calidorn for the next time you see him.
Thank you.
I don't like this either. I don't like this. I don't like you either. Well, it's not too long of a cooldown. I won't let you do that. Sorry. It's funny nevertheless. Oopsie.
Oopsie.
Okay, so
No,
where's that
don't do
getting its
that.
oil?
Tree, go away. Okay, and now, oopsie, again. There we go. Why did you do that craziness? There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's got a 1 minute cooldown. I need to fix all those, but that kind of...
There it is.
No, it's ugh. That kind of defeats what I, how lazy I am. So
No, I just couldn't get my mic working again.
Aha. Did he finally start working again?
Mm-hmm.
Get to work, Mike.
freaking Mike. All right, let's do this now. Somewhere like that, I think should do just nicely. And then you can go right in here just nicely. All right, that's all connected. Almost all connected. Except for this
I don't
part.
think I want to build it up there. Can I build it somewhere else. Where would it even fit?
No, she said
Can I
Mike, not
build it
Mick.
here?
That would be tough to thread pipes in through. I was thinking more like here, but then there's all this other mess here that might not fit in.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking because like I have to get pipe. Oh, because some of the pipes already go up there. I see.
Yeah, that's what they're all right here now because that's what I'm working on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just thinking all the different things that I have to run back down. So like,
Well, they're already there because I just ran everything but...
oh, you ran them all the way up?
Oh, they're all the way up to the new refineries that I just put in, yeah. Let's see, I think I should do something different here.
I have this.
The only thing I don't have up there is crude, and I'm going to work on that momentarily. I think, though, that I should do
Where?
this.
Oops.
Where? Do you have things? You said you're running them to places.
Uh-huh.
Where?
Well, what are you looking for? You're looking for all the oil products, right? They're
But
all right
you
here.
said that you ran pipes to somewhere where you are doing things somewhere.
All
I don't
three
know where that
oil
somewhere
products
is.
are right here.
The
And there's water here, too. Actually, I should have left that there,
Gotcha.
shouldn't I have?
See, I thought you were telling me to build it up here.
No. That'd be crazy
Oh,
talk. No, I was thinking right in here.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
You could move
Okay.
that coal belt if you need to.
Well, don't tell him he's crazy
Yeah.
without telling him why he's crazy.
Well,
I
he
mean,
knows why
it's
he's
not-
crazy. Because it's running all the pipes. It's crazy.
There's not enough room there, so I can't do that.
Is it because of the coal patch or the coal belt?
Coal patch.
Okay. So the challenge with doing it down here is there's not enough room for the to put it all in down here either.
Well, I mean, there would be enough room here, like this big area here.
Yeah, you just have to snake all the pipes back there then.
Right.
And you also have to be careful to do the valves and stuff like we have on them.
Why not do it just above, behind the coal patch?
It would almost fit where the coal patch is. What you could do is take this bit here and like flip it around and mirror it instead of having it be twice as long, have it be twice as wide. That makes sense?
Yep, it makes sense.
So just do like a 9 and an 8 instead of 17.
Yeah, it would almost fit. Like, yeah,
If you do away with the
we'll see. We can give it a try.
give it a try. Give it the old college try.
Try.
We've got a break in the logistic network.
Oh no. SMRT. That spells smart. Yes, it does. Frickin' microphone, indeed. Frickin' microphone. Alright, you go there. You go there. Jake says it's okay if you fail, we'll just laugh at you. Alright, so we are now making twice as much crude oil, or oil products. At least in theory.
I need to move that water pipe.
The one up
Yeah,
here? Yeah, it's fine. You can move that.
Yeah, there's just looking at what all I need to
You
reconfigure.
you have to be careful because it needs to get in where the just needs to get into the steam turbines there, so it can't go up too much further, but it can go up there. But if you started real close to these, like just a few tiles away, I think you might be able to make it work. And we can do some shenanigans here. After all, that's what we're here for, is shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
With the coal belt and shuffle it up that way. Like that. We should probably... Oh, we can't. Ha!
No, no. I don't have pipe. Where'd my pipe go?
I might have stolen it. I don't know. Wait, why did you not build the undergroundy? Oh, because you can't. This is in the way. There we go. Oh, because I'm missing the underground belt. Oh, crap. Undo. Yeah, that wasn't good.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Scrap thieves, huh? Where are my... Okay, I didn't pick any up. That's good.
Do we really need to have the solid fuel on both sides of the belt?
Probably not. We need to have...
No,
We
we
need
don't.
rocket fuel?
The rocket fuel, yeah.
We need
Isn't that what I'm...
2.6. Yeah, so you only need one side of the belt.
Yeah,
That should be
especially
sufficient.
going down to the trains is what I was saying.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, both of them, actually. Both of them would be fine with just half the belt each.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I can just remember how to side load.
Guess you need to play Factorio more often.
I know.
What the?
All right. So I fixed the belt. What are you doing? God only
Me?
knows. Yeah. Maybe we can
I'm
take
waiting
this
for
out.
my pipes. They are flying to me at the moment.
Fly, my pipe minions, fly. That junk up.
Whoa.
Hmm?
Okay.
Okay.
Water.
Okay, good. Now the power is working again. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was playing with the spider. Going to play with the Spidertron too. And this clearly needs to be green. Soup.
Okay. Does this
Because it's
have
Wally's Spidertron.
enough space here?
In the grid. Need a couple of reactors. And a pair of legs. And my shields can go in there. Maybe these spare lasers too.
Okay. Does this look like that? It's gonna have enough space.
Don't know.
I'll continue checking. Ah, it's a spider!
You're copying the wrong thing though.
What are you talking about?
You're copying totally the wrong thing.
I thought I was copying the entire place.
No.
Oh.
You just want the whatchamacallit's doing the cracking. I already duplicated the refineries. You just want the chemical plants. That's why I was wondering why you were having such a hard time. I was like, this should easily fit.
Okay.
So you just want this bit here that you're standing next to there, yeah. These and
both
these
sections, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Both sections.
Not
Okay,
cutting
cool.
this.
Correct.
I guess maybe I
Oh
need
my!
to put. What?
You're wandering around in a spider.
Yeah. It's scary.
That's better. Meet. Scary spider. Let's see what Ontario's doing.
I'm just waiting.
Playing the waiting game.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yep. Don't look at just. Yeah.
Don't look
Don't
at all
look at
your spaghetti mess here.
Yeah, I kind of don't need half of this, but it's gonna stay because it's there.
Yeah, I probably would have just put the solar panels and the accumulators on the same belt.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Well, they're all going just to this one small spot.
I know.
so
I'm just making fun of you.
fucking chopped.
No big deal. All right, I'm gonna go look at green circuits. I think see if we can boost any of those.
We'll be launching a rocket in probably like 2 minutes if we're interested in that.
Well,
Or
I
less.
am interested.
don't have it auto launch until after we launch until we
Not gonna
did
get
launch the
a-
first one.
No. It's not going to get a satellite.
So we want to be there for it. All right, so this kappa, I need to do something else with so that I can put more of these in place. So I think I will do this instead. I will get to this kappa.
Get to the kappa.
5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. I'm going to sneak this through somewhere. I mean, it's kind of garbage, but I'm doing it so we can siphon this copper off of the phasing stuff over here. So that's why this copper belt even exists. I think maybe I'll just turn it here and abut it against the. Yeah, I think that's the best option. And then
It'll
we
be
can
more
do
than 2 minutes because I
Got
never
too
loaded
close.
the rocket thing
How do
with
you
anything.
undo?
Like you would undo on a document.
Control Z. Control Z even. That one's for Ontario.
I don't say Zed.
And I know you don't.
It's funny how many Canadians, at least around me, don't say Zed. They say Z.
Huh.
Which to me makes sense.
It does make sense.
But
You just-
I allow it.
They want to be American. I'm sure that's it.
I highly doubt that.
Television. It's all TV.
That's more
Oh,
likely.
wait, what just happened?
That is for sure more likely. Much more likely.
Okay, that looks better.
Ah! Buttspot is here again. That's good. Buttspot lives. Buttspot reappeared on yesterday's stream for the first time in many
Buttspot?
weeks.
Hello, bot.
Does it post butts?
It substitutes in a keyword by default, but into
Shoot.
and of course mine is modified to be shoot into a random sentence that a person will say.
Gotcha.
I think I'm going to put this here. Turn this. And do. This should be here. And then this one can go poorly designed. Perfect. Good job, Wally.
I think that's
This can go not that far. Not that far. I think it needs to go right up this way, right? Yes, it does. There we go. And I can start pulling this junk up now. All you, go away. All you, and all of you.
I keep getting stuck. So many pipes.
Well, some idiot wanted to do this pure vanilla.
Not it.
For the benefit of ITMachinist never having played it before. And so we didn't even install something as mediocre as Squeak Through. Don't know who that idiot might have been.
I can't think of anyone.
Me neither.
That's the problem.
Okay, there, that should be good. And then I can see. Do this. And if I want 4 red belts, that's 120 items per second, which is 48 green machines, and we currently have 28. That would explain why this isn't working. Great. These 2 out, take those 2 out. Nope. Nope. Stop.
Oh, it's time.
Stop, thief.
Whenever you guys are ready.
That one.
Hooray! Where is
I thought
it?
you were supposed to
It's
pause
not
it.
gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna go anywhere.
Oh,
This
I see.
is IT's first launch. I thought you were supposed to pause it.
It didn't
I'm
go anywhere.
viewing.
I didn't launch it or put the satellite in it. It's not gonna go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
You gotta hit launch. So
Do I need popcorn to watch this, or?
we gotta come over and you're gonna push a button?
It could help.
Oh, sure. I guess I'll
Oh,
walk
crap.
over
I
instead of
need
just
to
viewing.
fix this too. Hold on, I will be there in a moment.
Yeah, as long as no one pushes the button.
Don't show me a button. I'll push it.
Yep,
Well, there's one button that says launch, so don't press it.
you will touch the button.
I push all people's buttons. I mean, buttons.
You
Uh-huh.
put it in the satellite. That's not gonna launch it. You guys still have to push the button, right?
In theory. So
I'll just wait then. It's
Oh,
pretty sure
it.
that's how it works.
All right, well, that'll help at least. I'm on my way. Head to the rocket site.
Hmm?
Not mentioning any names, but his initials are Wally. Exactly, Jake. Lon, you come up to the rocket?
I can see it on the map. It's
Okay,
not like I'm streaming.
Ah, it's a spider.
true enough.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, you could put it in there. Okay, there it goes.
All right. Whenever you want to press the button, IT, you gotta
Right.
open it up and hit launch.
Yep,
Launch.
it is time.
Launch.
Launching.
And we're gonna get the pop-up. I think still does that.
And we need a belt coming out with science on it.
I didn't get that far yet.
Yeah, I'm just mentioning.
Ah,
Here we go. Yay.
Yep, we win.
Cool.
we won.
Dr. Doof, welcome.
All right. Well, it's been a good night. So have a good night.
Ugh.
Bye.
Ugh.
Oh wait. Oh wait.
That was ITMachinist's first rocket launch. He, I'm assuming, got an achievement for it.
I did. I think I got 3 achievements for it.
You could have, because we might have actually accomplished some other random achievements along the way. Dr. Doof is all hyped for you. Smoke you a kipper. Yeah, we could do that one. That one's an easy one to do. Load a fish in instead of the satellite.
We killed 15,000 trees. Good job, everybody.
Yeah. All the trees, all the death. Oh, Smoke Me a Kipper's launcher rocket. Okay, which one's the one? Oh, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. And you saw Buttspot's back, Dr. Doof. I didn't see that until yesterday.
Can
Good
you
to
not
see.
All right.
request?
So how does this thing
It's good to see.
puts all
It's
this
good to see
stuff in to
Buttspot's
build
back.
rocket parts?
Yeah, so he has to cycle through. So it takes 5 minutes to load everything without modules. 3 seconds per, and then you got to do it 100 times, and then you have the auto launch with cargo. Means it'll launch
Oh, we
when
need to
there's
put
a
friggin'
satellite.
modules in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't do nothing.
Oh,
Vanilla.
Oh yeah, we need to
Very
put modules
vanilla.
in that thing.
No modules, no nothing.
Modules are vanilla, but modules in the thing.
I didn't get that to there. But
What's so for something like this, like what do the different modules do to this cycle?
it makes it faster.
Yeah, productivity
Or-
makes it use less materials. So all these things coming in it'll use far less of them.
Yeah.
And then
So it's using less because
speeds
of
it up.
this bonus production.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would speed do? Oh, look, energy consumption.
You put beacons
speed,
around
okay.
it. You put the speed modules in the beacons.
Yeah.
Except there's no beacons in the network, so
Because we haven't made them in the mall yet.
Can I make any? I can make. How long do they take? Oh, way too long.
Yeah, they take a long time to make. You could probably use a few though.
Yeah, I'm making 7.
Okay, that's probably more than enough. I won't make any then.
The modules I have already.
Well, the modules are in the
base-
network, so that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I have some of them at least.
Interesting.
All right. So I see you're providing the science via bots, so we should be. We should start
Stuck them there for
requesting it.
now.
Yeah, I'll just put some requesters up down here, and
Oh yeah, where's the science even? I don't even know.
I'll just put it up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
I'm actually working on that.
You are?
What's up, down?
Yeah, but I was going to put it on this belt and then
there.
shuffle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I just
okay.
stuck it in a
I'll go
box
back down
to
to deal with circuits then.
stick it.
Although I'm missing a bot here, so. Back bot. All right.
This is not the easiest thing to do, is it?
No, not with that layout we have. Not at all, actually.
I'm working on it. I'm letting the whatchamacallit think about what it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the rate at which it's flowing from here. It's not doing too bad. I want it to increase it more, though.
Nothing worth doing is easy. That is true. So we are a few... I think we're still a few green circuit machines short in this array. That's 44. We need 48. I need one more copy of this. Of course, I'm like off by 1 error again. That I could literally get by if I had two more tiles. Dang it. Well, guess what I'm going to have to do.
Is rocket fuel still being worked on? Because we're out up here.
Well, remember
for the satellite?
Yeah.
That is because I did something probably stupid.
But also remember that we
there goes the second rocket. Woo!
don't need to produce as much as it looks like we need to. Because we only need to produce 2.5 science per second, which is 1 rocket every 400 seconds. So we don't need to produce that much.
No.
So it'll kind of reach an equilibrium soon.
I don't even need these modules then.
I would do just a couple of speeds, but we don't need.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at 4 or 5 modules, like because we're producing well more.
But the productivity is good to have there. Yeah, that's plenty.
For sure.
That's plenty.
Agree.
You just want enough to counteract the productivity, really.
Speed.
All right, let's take this from here. 1, 2, and a third one for good measure. As long as I didn't screw that up, we'll be good to go. Did I screw it up?
And what's
Most
going on with
likely.
copper? Nothing. Oh, I know what I did. Bid.
Come along, bots. Do your work. Yep.
Do your
6
thing.
minutes and 40 seconds. Thank you, Dr. Doof, for doing the base 60 conversion for me. As we've been, as we learned yesterday, I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was Thursday, in my Old World stream, the ancient Babylonians were the ones with the base 60 counting system. We have them to thank for all the crazy 60 minutes per hour stuff.
Is that where that started from?
Yeah.
Babylonia?
How's it going?
Cool.
Yep.
Did not know that.
Do that. I'll help a little bit,
All right,
I guess.
what's going on down here?
Okay, did I do this correct, wrong, horrible?
Yes.
Probably one of the three.
Oh, petroleum gas needs to go somewhere.
And it's flowing again. No. That's, yeah, there we go.
I'm working here, man.
I'm just passing by. I'm like a city worker, just checking
Oh,
on it.
and
You need to make sure you have
That's
pumps
better.
on those too, like we have down south on the inputs.
Yeah, I'll have to see.
And
what-
copy. You can shift right click, shift left click to copy the pump settings,
Okay.
and that should help also massively. What did I?
So pump into there. Pump into yellow. Okay. Okay, I can shift who click?
Shift right
what
click to copy, and then shift
Okay.
left click to paste the settings from one identical machine to another.
Okay.
I don't know what the base bots are doing, but they're not bringing belts down here, so I'm doing it instead. Wallbot and the Spiderbot are doing the belt.
There are none in the network. That's why there are no bots.
Oh, the
They
red
want
belts are none in the network? Oopsie.
Yeah, there is 0.
No, you're just not in the network.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
No, you're not.
where I'm standing right next to a thing.
The red belts are definitely in the network.
It says logic stored 0.
Oh, we could have used them all. There we go.
Guess I'll go look. We are out 0.
Yeah.
I think they're all going. Well, they were all going to blue. Blue's fine now. No, it's just using them up. These belts should all
Mathemagic.
be upgraded as well.
Indeed. Okay, so now I can do what the heck I was doing before, which is this. And we'll let the base bots take care of that. Let's see. This can be dealt with like this, and I think I'll put one of these in. Force everything into there.
Not like that. Oopsies. That was a mistake.
We don't make mistakes.
Oh, I just upgraded things way too upgradey. Whatever. Leaving it alone.
Science.
We need. Oh, I missed one. You and you. That should help a bit. There we go.
You know what I could do? I could turn my bots back on and they would build this crap for me. Because I have a few hundred red belts in my inventory. Okay, so iron is a problem. Why is iron a problem? Oh, because I had the iron disconnected. Yes, good job, Wally.
Maybe that's why we don't have belts.
That could be. That very well could be.
Oh,
Ah, crap.
it was just the belt machines. We just everything was yellow belts, so now I upgraded them to reds. That should help. Whoa. Yeah, they're getting used up quickly, but all should be upgraded to blue belts at some point here.
That's fine. That's a bit expensive, but we got there. That's fine. I think it's just a timing thing, yeah.
So do I
Well,
need
yeah,
to hook these pumps into the circuit network?
Yes, they need to be connected to the circuits. Red wires.
Okay. Red wires. And then how do I know if this shift clicking thing worked?
You click on the pump and it will show you that it worked. Like you'll see the settings on it.
Okay, I'll have to. I don't see any settings.
Yeah, you had to have the red wires connected first.
Oh, okay. I'll do.
Well, now you're just bending belts.
well, they're making them now, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole thing needs to be upgraded to blue belts. This iron business at some point.
Well, the problem is
But
we're only making enough for red belts, so upgrading everything to blue
yeah.
doesn't help anything.
Well, I
Although
suppose
there's a
not.
weird something going on right here. Ah, here's a problem. Upgrade plan,
Oh,
fix
yeah.
that.
No problem.
There we go.
There we go.
Everything else I think is okay. It's just use them all up somewhere. As soon as they're being made, they're being taken somewhere.
Well, I've got a
Up to you.
bunch on a request still,
Yeah, that's probably why.
so that's where they're going. They're getting distributed in requests. Why is all the white science coming down here to storage?
Because I'm working it out.
Okay, just making sure. Pretty good, Dr. Doof. This was an achievement that we've been trying to accomplish for what feels like a month. ITMachinist has had
3
some
weeks.
Sunday obligations the past few weeks, and so we've had to push off the return to Factorio to launch the rocket for a while now. But we're back. He's back.
Low lag.
And we are much better off now. All right, so it looks like we have 4 solid green, red belts of green circuits coming out, which was the intent. We only need to have.
That's what we need.
Oh, we need more than that.
I guess what you're doing now, right? The rocket fuel.
No, I was doing the rocket fuel. And then when we got the white science, I switched to the white science.
Okay.
Some of these pumps don't have red wires connected to them, should they?
Yes. Which pumps? If they're pumped into a line, they should.
The 2 pumps right next to you.
No, those don't actually need it because we want them to make as much rocket fuel as they can.
Oh, and we are low on power.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, let's fix that. We need to make some reactors then because we don't have any being made.
Oh, the coal isn't reaching the bottom of the backup
Not surprised.
coal generators.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there's not enough getting mined anymore.
The ones at the
Oh,
top.
no, I fixed that last week.
Oh, you did?
Or not last week, but last session. It's
okay.
I trained in coal.
Ooh, nice.
So I don't know like what the dealio is.
What's the dealio?
Are these too long?
I am dropping frames. Twitch does not like me sometimes. And tonight is one of those times. It's been a week or more since the last time I dropped frames, and tonight I'm dropping frames.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot.
Many pipes here. There's so many pipes.
All right, let's see.
I do not know how to run red wires. Like, how do I make them go
It's in your,
places?
You connect them from one power pole to the next, to the pump.
You just make them in your logistics tab, like when you.
No, I have them. I just don't know. Like,
You just click from one thing. You just click them.
oh, I have to click on the power pole.
Yep.
Yeah. You gotta click them to a thing.
Gotcha.
500 red circuits.
Understood.
What am I doing? Just watching stuff. So I think we just need more.
Okay, so now I can. Now that they're connected, I can do the
Okay.
copy paste,
Damn it.
or do you think
Ooh,
the copy
now I
paste already
remember what
worked?
it takes. Now I'm stuck. Jesus. Shift.
The copy paste
Right.
should have worked before
Get
actually.
out of your way.
Okay, I'll go check.
Whoa. Okay. I will just leave.
Enabled condition.
Yeah, I'm still
I
dropping
will
frames like
leave.
crazy. I don't understand you, Twitch.
Drop it. Okay.
Reactor.
Do something
500
else.
concrete.
All right, it's working.
Green circuits. No, we're doing okay.
What power pole did I miss?
All right, where am I putting this petroleum gas?
That one?
Am I just hooking it up to the main
Oh.
petroleum gas line?
Yeah, the line that goes. Yes. Let's see, where are you? Here you are.
The line that goes, yes.
So you have to correct this mess here to get that pipe through.
Yep, yeah, that's what I was figuring.
So just move those like these down here, and then you'll be good.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
Hey, Jeff Breaker,
done.
welcome.
Oh yeah, the I think Factorio's stuttering too, so I think something's just up with your connection
Well, that's
in
interesting.
general.
Yeah, I'm really rubber banding.
Maybe it is my connection then.
I'm not having any problems. Doesn't mean there's not a problem.
My download is good.
Whoa. Where does it tell you your connection, or doesn't it on Factorio?
I was looking at OBS.
Yeah, Ontario's latency right now is 52.
Still
IT's is
jumping all over the place.
43, and Lana's is 19
Yeah,
Right.
latency.
Well then.
So something weird's going on.
Yeah, I'm still jumping all over the place.
What number is good on that?
Lower is better.
Ah,
Yeah.
Um,
50 isn't terrible though.
my
Okay.
upload is reporting a bit lower than it should be right now, but on the other hand, I am using a lot of my upload bandwidth right now. So
Maybe.
what are you doing?
I
Oh,
don't know.
My
you
cat? Jeez.
frisky thing.
Sorry.
It is.
I got a bad
Doesn't leave me
copy.
alone. Okay. I think everything is working as it should.
As it should be.
Should I have the no. The petroleum gas, should that have a pump somewhere so it doesn't come back, or does that matter? Oh, crap. I need to connect those. Never mind.
That wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, but there we go. Still dropping frames. My bit rate's fine. It's I don't
Seems
know.
like it's just something with the connection itself.
Yeah. And now all your latencies have come down. I don't know. It's probably Comcast being crappy. And Jake threw me a
Yes.
posture check like 9 minutes ago, and I didn't even notice it. Sorry about that.
I don't have Comcast.
I
Maybe
have
that's it. Maybe that's
Spectrum.
why I'm a winner.
Well, neither does Ontario.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got magic internet.
He does have magic,
Magic
internet.
internet.
Uh-huh.
I have Spectrum. So are we all different?
Yes,
Are we all special?
I have WoW.
Wow.
Well, I'll have nothing that's available. You guys have. There's no Comcast here. It's either Bell or Rogers or one of the offspring of that.
You have somebody's offspring.
I definitely do. I have an offspring of Bell.
I need to look
I'm
at.
just monitoring the efficiency. I'm moving this up slowly, Ontario.
Yeah, I'm just running around, seeing what IT is doing here.
I think I successfully did what I was supposed to do.
Yay!
The pipes don't look very clean, but
Clean your pipes.
yeah, I could probably clean how this comes in, but
Hey, it works. It's moving.
right.
Moving, grooving.
Ah, Farfig Newton.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me want Fig Newtons. I should go get some. I'm hungry.
I missed
Anybody else
apples.
hungry?
Can't buy them up here.
What's that?
Apples?
Like a fig Newton,
What are
but it has
those?
little pieces of apple, like little
16,
squares of it.
18.
Can't get them
That
up here.
sounds awesome.
Yeah, I like them. I think they still exist. I don't really know.
32.
Assuming they do. Oh, power. Well, you're doing the nuclear power, right?
Yep.
Because I don't know. Yeah, because we're yikes.
The Apple Newton is a series of personal digital assistant devices marketed by Apple Computer Incorporated.
No. Look under
Wrong
Nabisco.
answer.
Right?
It was discontinued in 1998.
Apple Newtons were?
Um,
Wait, no.
no, the Nabisco Newtons, baked Apple, are still in production.
I thought so. Who would discontinue those great things?
I'm sure they're super good for you.
They have 0% vitamin C.
Ha!
So the first result from Google said that.
Nice.
Let's see. Not that bad, really. 1.5 grams of fat per. How many is this? I don't know.
This is the funny part.
What?
Ontario trying to justify the health of something that's just garbage.
Ah.
Well, no, well, it's like, okay, so the serving size is 29 grams. Why can't it just be pieces?
Because reasons.
How many fit? Okay, here we go. So you guys will like this one. So I'm on the Walmart.com. It's
Oh
a
boy.
12-ounce package, right? 12-ounce package, but yet the serving size is in grams. So that's cool. They don't go together.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to wherever Walmart.com was made. Everything else is in grams,
You can't just
America.
do the math on the fly. That's what you're supposed to do.
I don't know how many grams are in an ounce.
28.
Wait, I have no idea.
I only know milliliters to
30.
tablespoons
Oh.
or teaspoons or something.
5
I don't know what I
milliliters
know.
per teaspoon.
Yes.
Okay, so what am I doing?
When I was in middle school, I didn't know that the bottle said teaspoons for cough medicine, and I took tablespoons.
Oh.
I was like
Nice.
falling asleep in class, and my teachers were like, "I think you need to go home."
Nice.
I was like, yeah, I can't really see.
All right. So what's next on the list here? I'm kind of just walking around. Looking at people.
That is what I'm doing too.
Yeah, rocket fuel
I'm
being worked
putting
on there right now.
landfill on all the random spots of water.
All the green water.
Yeah.
8. So that's 3 of these.
Is there a dig function or only a landfill function?
Only landfill.
Okay.
Unless you have a mod called something like waterfill.
Mm.
And you don't.
And I don't.
Guess I could also get some of these.
Are you expanding the nuclear?
I am working on it, yes. That's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah. Just checking it out.
Yeah.
Sure,
Do we
water
have
will
enough
not
like
so high.
nuclear
Nuclear.
We have enough what?
stuff coming in?
Yes.
Like-
we also need to set up recycling of the spent uranium.
Oh.
Where does it go now?
Nowhere. It goes into little boxes here.
Oh, okay.
Like the cells get stored.
Gotcha.
So we need to set up recycling of it.
Where are they being made at?
Down there.
Where's the nuclear? Oh, here.
Tiny little area, but that's all you need.
Where are we at here?
So we need to pull in the spent ones and get them recycling, but I didn't bother.
You take them in, and that makes uranium 238. Oh. That should be easy enough. Do we have any centrifuges on the?
I'm gonna annoy
network?
the bots and run around here a little bit.
Yeah, Ontario, there's something that you were right in the middle of doing. Flamethrower stuff.
Oh yeah, I was doing that, and then we stopped killing biters.
Forget how to make the mark on the map.
Oh, Control Alt click. Oh yeah, I think I actually have it set up, right? Just nothing's connected yet.
Yeah, nothing's connected.
Yeah, I can. Do we have the? Jesus,
Sorry.
I can see it. I can get to it with all these pipes everywhere. God. There we go. Whoop.
Some jerk in their
Yeah.
pipes.
I know we're just laying pipe everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's just crude oil and steel. I thought for some reason it was something else. Yeah, I will do that. It's the best spot for it though. Do we have steel somewhere else? Yeesh. Just bought it in, I guess.
How many of those do I have
Yeah,
left?
that's probably the best option for
Okay, one
something
more.
not.
Yeah, we probably don't even need that
Crazy like
much
that.
flamethrower stuff.
I'll make a.
Yeah, we're not
Thing.
peps.
Ha.
And delete the one I have down there. I don't need it.
There we go. Now we just need the heat to transfer. Eventually. For that, we need more heat pipes.
Do I have a requester chest?
I wish I knew what was wrong with my connection or Twitch or whatever. Oopsie.
Why does that do that? Did you change how the...
No.
No. Nope, you didn't.
Maybe.
Oh, I see what's happening, so it's all good.
Okay, good.
Good.
I mean, it's still not producing enough.
What?
The fuel.
Well,
So
are
how-
you up to ratio?
I don't even know what the ratio is.
Well,
I know what the ratio is. I don't do math.
then that's why it's not producing enough. We need to have, let's see,
30 per second,
63 machines making rocket fuel. And then it's twice that making solid fuel, I think, right?
Yeah, it's 2 solid fuel machines to 1 rocket fuel machine. So I'll count it here.
That'll give you 30 per second, or what does that give you?
That gives
You said
you
64?
2.6 per second.
How many do you say? 64?
63, but actually we do need a little bit more than that.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Because
gonna
we're using it for the.
Trains.
I'm at 52. Well,
Well, that's why we don't have enough.
I'm really close. Is what I meant.
Oh. Really close to the rails, too. I think this is all placed. It is all placed. Great. Now, I need to bring in more pipes here.
All right, we have flamethrower ammo. Not a lot, but we have some. I'm gonna take it.
I don't think these are being provided anywhere. Oh, they are. Okay, good.
Oops. How do you switch between weapons? It's not tab.
Tab.
I gotta look up what it is, because mine is not tab.
Well, who did that? That's not going to work. Talk on it.
Who did what?
Changed his setting.
Not it.
Not it.
Oh, it's when I got my new computer, something migrated over and things were messed up. Because like when I can't copy paste a recipe anymore. I'm not sure how you even find that, I guess. One of these. Next weapon. Where are you? No. Next weapon is what? It says tab, but tab must be something else. Wait, hold on. Hold a minute. It says P too, but I press P and it doesn't do anything. What the heck?
What the
What
heck?
the heck? What else would tab be?
Change this around slightly.
Ah, confirm messages tab. What would that even
Aha.
be? Confirm message.
Who needs to
Make you
confirm a
press-
message anyway?
Yeah, let's try it now.
Right, so this
That still doesn't work.
goes here-ish.
Oh my god.
Except that, no, it does not, because it's got these in it. That's fine.
I'm confused.
There's something going on like crazy here. With it, but welcome Caledorn and welcome Rescues Greyhounds. There's something crazy going on with the stream. I don't know if it's. I'm dropping frames like crazy. I've dropped 20% of my frames in the last 20 minutes.
That's intense.
I don't know what's going on with Twitch tonight, or if it's even Twitch.
Why can I not switch between my
I've
weapons?
dropped 0.7, and that seems like more than I've ever dropped.
Oops, shoot.
So it could just be a weird.
How do I get back in the game? I just exited the game by accident. Oops.
Same way as
there you
always.
join?
Dum.
Join in Steam.
Trying to figure out how to switch between weapons. Stupid weapon.
Join us. Okay, so is this? I'm so fuzzled. Okay, so no, those aren't being
64.
included.
That's what the number you said, right? 64?
Yes.
Okay.
What's that number based on? 2.6?
Yeah.
What is that based on?
That's how much we need to launch a rocket to get 1,000 or 2.5 science per second.
Oh.
2.625 rocket fuel per second.
Okay, I'm back, and I still can't do it.
Darn it, kitten.
Meow.
Stop hitting my arm. I have to use my arm.
Yeah, I wish I knew what I could do to fix it. My speed test seemed fine, so it's not the speed test, or it's not the speed here.
Oh my god.
Ah.
It works.
Close.
Whoa.
Yeah, my speed test is fine, so it's not my speed. It's something with Comcast or with Twitch or with God knows what. Let me look at...
The fire still... Never mind.
Hey, Marshall. Let me stop my stream and try switching to another Twitch thing. Nobody leave.
Not leaving.
Nobody leave.
I'm just starting fires down here, don't mind me. Nice.
Wow. The stream is still stopping.
Yeah, it's on fire.
Just
Goodbye,
test
Forest.
it. Nah, as long as you...
There's something going on
because on the
with
tree next to it, it doesn't spread.
Twitch. I don't know what the heck's going on with Twitch, but something's going on with Twitch. There, it finally stopped. Those of you who are watching the recording on YouTube are going to get a much better view.
Whoa. What the heck?
Try this. Maybe.
Take this and this.
Did someone change this to not a buffer chest?
What?
Ooh, something's really...
Which
No,
one?
no, where the rocket fuel was, I had a buffer chest there, and now it's not a buffer chest. It's a passive chest.
Where? Are you standing on it?
Yeah, right here.
Okay. Oh,
But
no,
now
I
that
didn't touch it.
Okay, then I will put it back to what it was. That was weird.
Yeah, OBS is completely having a coronary right now. That might fix it. We'll see. I connected to Virginia. Those of you who are watching on the stream, hopefully I am back.
We are also out of steel. No, we're not.
We're out of steel?
Where's the steel buffer chest located?
I've been gobbling it up, so it's probably my fault.
No.
The steel buffer chest is in line with the other plate buffer chests.
Shoot. I gotta switch off of
Who are
it.
you shooting?
I'm letting everything on fire. How do I fix that?
They're delivering steel to you.
Here, this one.
How do I fix this? Hold on a second.
Yeah, I think it's just getting gobbled.
Yeah, because we have plenty of steel.
As far as I can tell, I'm back. Those of you in the stream, can you say hi? Hopefully you're watching.
Hi.
Not you guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Lana.
Can you mark again where the buffer chest is for steel, please? Or where was it?
Oh, right here.
Oh.
Yeah. Basically, where everything else on the on the bus has it in the same place.
Oh, it's just...
Who did
Almost
we lose?
everything.
Oh, we gained Calidor.
We gained.
Briefly, did you even
Challenge
see what
horn.
I wrote in chat, Wally? Because
Yes.
it doesn't. You did, because it doesn't appear in the stream chat now that I returned.
It's on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
I
it is.
I stopped and started the stream because it was being a nightmare.
Yeah, now it's working perfectly, it seems.
Yes, I've dropped a handful of frames, but I'm dumping to Virginia now instead of Chicago, so who knows?
Ah.
Who is requesting?
I'll drop out again and let
Oh, you are.
guys have fun.
Oh, you're
It looks
fine.
much better now, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Toodaloo.
Okay, bye.
Toodaloo.
Oh, toodaloo.
Plastic is suffering. Why is plastic suffering?
Plastic is suffering because we don't have any petroleum gas.
thought those were your
Because it's not being produced because we don't have enough light oil.
I just stole all the light oil. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we making enough of anything? We may not be. No, we're fine there. We're just not. We're not refining enough. We need another batch of refineries. So remember those refineries that you were setting up, IT, that I said we didn't need?
We need
Yeah,
them now.
We might
we
need them now.
Would it be time to just set up a big refinery station out near one of the other oil patches, or no?
We could.
And just truck in the.
We could.
We still have a little bit of space that we can throw in another line of refineries.
We could.
Yeah, it looks like it. Where am I?
Don't know.
Here I am.
You're right next to the refineries.
I'm right next to the refineries.
Stuck in here.
I'm still dropping some frames, but it's got to be something at Twitch's end because I'm.
Whoa. Hello, rubber band.
Yeah, I just got a huge. No, maybe it is Comcast. If you guys just got a huge rubber band, I just dropped a bunch of frames.
Yeah.
So it's got to be. It's got to be something
didn't.
Comcast related.
What the heck is going on?
Is that
here?
weird?
You didn't rubber band at all?
Mm-mm. No, not at all.
Oh,
I was
wow.
moving around the map, looking at stuff. I've not had any problems.
Weird.
What are we doing? Red circuits. Oh yeah, plastics. Someone said plastics.
I blame it on Chicago then.
Blame Chicago. That deep dish pizza. That's the problem.
The
Pizza.
whole
Hey.
city of Chicago.
Relax.
It's the pizza.
My language goes on Sundays.
That's right.
It is right. Deep dish pizza. Can't say that.
Pizza.
That's a deep
I'm
dish.
dropping frames like crazy again.
Yeah,
Is
and
it-
every once in a while a little rubber band, but like nothing.
Well, you guys' latency dropped back down again, so. But yeah, Lana's has stayed down, so there's something going on internet-wise. Where Comcast
in
and WoW
the,
are talking just fine, but Comcast and Spectrum and Comcast and whoever else aren't. Alright, we should have a little bit more nuclear power now, so we should be okay power-wise.
Yeah, we're around 80 under.
Yep,
So
and I have
should be
bunch
good until we
more
add
steam turbines on the way, so once we get those going.
good.
I added 10 more refineries.
Okay.
I don't know if we need more than just 10.
Well, until
1,000.
this tank fills up, we don't have enough.
Right, that's true.
It is 0.
Oh,
No.
it's 0. It's still
No,
going down.
No, it's 1.4,
1.5.
1.5K.
That's luckily what a pump is keeping in it, right?
Right.
So, yeah, 0.
Yeah, it's effectively 0. It's not increasing, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's tittering
Okay,
on.
I will make another 10. Try to fit them here, I guess.
You could add...
We also gotta refine it.
Eventually, though, these pipes are going to get too long.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can't fit enough.
Oh, is that a thing?
it's a
Yeah.
thing.
It's totally a thing.
I would put it just right here, IT.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
You just have to connect them.
Yep. Suck.
23, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the make. Okay, I need to make more. That's what I get for handcrafting this stuff.
So what's the
Got
next?
something in my pocket.
What's the next thing on the list that we want to do here? I'm kind of just running in circles. Set up oil somewhere else, or what is the plan?
I don't know the plan, Stan.
I think the goal was to just launch the rocket, and then that was kind of it.
The rocket is launched.
So I
did
think
it.
we just
Good job, buddy.
finish what we're doing, and then we can. The problem is we're not producing enough of something science-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even looking. I don't know.
I think
Wait,
we
where-
probably should
where
add
is this
some
getting-
more.
Yellow, maybe. I'm guessing.
Oh, this isn't releasing its heavy oil. That's funny. Okay.
Because this isn't
delete
that
that.
away.
Yeah,
Ah,
yellow.
Yep,
there you go.
yellow. So that's what we need to work on. Whatever's holding up the yellow. And it looks like it's...
Because I copied and pasted this over here and was just like,
Yeah, no, it's just missing a pipe right here too.
it's gone.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's
That should help.
on the other part I copied and pasted is missing that too. Let's go find it.
Where is yellow signs being made?
I'm at it.
Looks like the problem is the flying robot
There we go.
frames.
The electric engines. Why? Wait.
I was making for engines.
Oh.
This is
Whoever did
everywhere.
that, yeah, messed that up. That's why.
Yep.
And that should
That's
be
it.
a filter inserter.
This one is filtered.
No, it was just here at the splitter wasn't. Yeah, now it's okay.
Well, that's because Lana just fixed it. No, this should be a filter inserter now because you have two things on this belt.
It is filtered because it's connected to the network. It won't pick up the batteries.
It will pick up batteries.
Oh, it will.
No, there's batteries there. It won't pick them up. It's a buffer chest and it's connected to the network. There's literally batteries on this belt and it's not picking it up.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Right, but as soon as it kicks on, it'll pick up batteries as much as it'll pick up electric motors.
Somebody like the output priority. Somebody switched the filter on it.
Yeah, the issue was just the splitter. It's fine now.
No, this inserter needs to be purple. With it needs to be filtered so it only picks up. No, don't do that.
Why?
Because now it's not letting any electric engines pass through to the thing. That's the way it was before, and it's broken.
No, once it fills up.
No,
it'll
it
be
will
fine.
not. It will not.
It won't let him through?
It will not let them through. They'll only go to the right side.
Okay.
You have to use two splitters if you're going to do it that way.
Why did I do that?
Now we got.
Yep, see? Now it's picking up batteries. That's why that's got to
Okay.
be a purple inserter. But you should set
Yes, I
the
have one.
priority on the splitter to be output to the left priority.
Okay.
Because we don't want crap picking him up in the network to supersede making of yellow science.
I agree with that.
All right, science is being made again, so that's started back up. Good. Good.
Okay.
Why do you keep giving them to me? I must have them on request.
Probably.
Yeah.
Alright, well, it looks like Twitch is happy again. And then, of course, I spoke and it blipped again.
Yep, and like the entire map just went blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
never speak.
And you guys' latency is fine again. I don't know. It's insane.
I don't believe your numbers. I don't believe the accuracy of your numbers.
Well, there's definitely something going on internet-wise today with Comcast or somebody. which is annoying because I would like to just stream.
Yeah.
Can I please be allowed to just stream tonight, people?
No, you will not stream. This will be the end of you.
That's kind of probably true, yeah.
Thank you, representative from Twitch.
Oh, that's the problem. Oh, the heck? Red circuits. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of jet fuel now.
Still rocket fuel.
Yes. Okay. Rocket fuel.
Can't fly in this game. Plastic.
Yeah, that's crazy talk. We showed up in a
What's crazy
rocket
talk?
ship and we're launching rockets, but we can't fly in this game.
Fly to the moon. We need. Oh yeah, that's right. The petroleum question.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
IT's fixing it. I think.
I mean,
Are you sure?
I tried to fix it, but there's still no, like, light oil is still very low.
that's because look at all the rocket fuel we're producing.
I see it. It's cranking.
Yeah. I made 64. I went really slow so that we didn't overwhelm the system and then steal from other stuff. And then Wally was like, make it so. And I made it so.
Go like this.
It's sewed.
It's looking good.
Well, we are also fairly short on crude oil at this point. Like
Oh, I see that.
like starved out.
Yep.
So
It went
the
away.
problem with that is this train's no longer enough for crude oil. So what we need to do next is set up a outpost out here collecting more crude oil and bringing it back in here and set up a new station someplace where we can route the train off of the main lines into there to drop off oil. And kind of at this
Yes.
point, since it's nearly 11 o'clock and ITMachinist needs to bail anyway, I don't really see the point. We accomplished what we set out to accomplish. Coming up to stabilized science is would be the next objective, and then expanding out to be you know, some sort of large amount of science would be another objective we could reach toward, but I don't think we really have the I don't know, motivation or something to do that. So
On vanilla.
yeah.
Well, it would be a big step to jump to that next level.
But yeah, even stabilizing science, like I said, we do need oil stabilized, and then maybe we don't have anything else stabilized yet either, so we have a lot of potential work to do to get there.
Right.
Looks like, yeah, red circuits are hosed because of plastic is hosed because of oil, and oil is hosed because of crude oil. So we're kind of at an impasse right now with those kinds of things.
Hosed out.
It's a hoser.
It's a
But
hoser.
hey, good for accomplishing rocket today.
But
Yeah, that train just filled up the
we launched
crude oil,
rockets.
and then it was just all gone.
Yeah, it was like big old slurp.
All
right, well, I don't really see anybody that's raidable, so I guess we'll have to just let the stream go, which, since it's been so bad tonight, that's kind of okay. We'll be back again next week. I think we're going to switch to playing some of the chill board / tabletop games that we had been doing while IT was gone, but with IT around, if he's around, for a little while. We haven't really totally decided, and we don't really have we don't know yet what kind of next major game that we're planning on playing.
Figure that out.
So we're going to have to figure that out over the next little while as well. But we will do that, and we will have something else major in the works for the future. But for right now, this is we're going to switch to probably Carcassonne first, and then maybe some Settlers of Catan. And I don't know, we'll figure something else out after that.
Monopoly.
I think. What's that?
Monopoly?
Monopoly.
Monopoly? I don't know about that. We might hate each other after we tried to do that.
Well, we played Monopoly Junior Edition, and with Viv, it's actually super fun and way more fun than the original.
Well,
Oh boy.
that's fine.
Yeah, I think, Marshall, I think we're going to end. And I think we're just going to let the stream go because there's not anybody who I really follow who's alive right now. So thanks everyone for coming tonight. And thank you for playing. Thank you for sitting through this series with us. The video on YouTube will be much better state than the video on Twitch because, well, I've been recording locally as well, so I'm going to just put that on YouTube instead of transferring over from Twitch. So thanks everyone for coming. Thank you guys for playing, and we'll be back again next week with some chill Carcassonne.
Awesome.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody.